Welcome, traveler. I'm so glad you made it to the realm. My name is Catie, also known as the Marginalia Writer, and I am the creator of Once Upon a Year. This is our very first volume, our first chapter, and the very beginning of a journey we're going to build together. Whether you've been following the project from the moment it sparked to life or you have discovered us only recently, I'm truly grateful you're here. We're going to walk through everything you need to know before our adventure officially begins. First, we'll talk about how the Readathon works, the structure of volumes, chapters, and the different types of prompts you'll encounter. Then, we'll step into Chapter 1 of Volume 1, exploring the reading quests that shape our winter season. After that, we'll look at the other events happening throughout the realm. Monthly side stories, for activity-based prompts, festivals, which are special themed events happening once a chapter, and the market square, where you can spend your tokens as you travel. We'll also talk about our quarterly community book club called Village Reads, where the entire realm comes together around one shared story. Then, I'll take you on a quick tour of our Discord server so you'll know exactly where to find reading logs, forms, announcements, and the different spaces where travelers gather. Finally, we'll wrap up with a set of frequently asked questions, including how to claim your tokens and points, what to do if you aren't sure if a book counts, and do you really need to join the Discord? My hope is that by the end of tonight's walkthrough, you'll feel comfortable, excited, and ready to begin your own story in the realm. Welcome, traveler. You've arrived at the threshold of a brand new realm. Tonight we gather as the first readers to step inside Once Upon a Year, a year-long reading adventure beginning this January. This is the first time this story has ever been told, and you're here at its dawn. Once Upon a Year is more than a readathon. It's a living story, a place where books become journeys and readers become travelers. Once upon a year, before the ink had dried and before the stories found their shape, there was only the quiet hum of possibility. The realm waited, patient and still, listening for the first voices brave enough to whisper, "What if?" That was how the Book of Beginnings came to be. Within its pages, every traveler finds a spark of their own, a glimmer that calls them forward to open the first door, take the first step, and read the first line. The first volume is about new starts, fresh pages, and the courage to begin. It's our shared prologue, and when January arrives, we'll turn that first page together. Let's talk about how your journey through the realm is structured. The entire year is one grand story called a volume, and each volume is divided into 4 chapters: winter, spring, summer, and autumn. Each chapter has its own theme, mood, and set of prompts that reflect the feeling of that time of year. Within every chapter, you'll discover 4 quests, which are your main book-based reading prompts that define the season's theme, companion quests, which are additional book prompts for readers who want to go just a bit further, festivals, which are special months filled with bonus book prompts inspired by seasonal celebrations, and side stories, which are cozy activity-based prompts designed to spark creativity and connection. 4 companion and festival prompts all involve reading, while side stories focus on simple creative participation, like taking themed photos or reflecting on memories. Each core quest is worth 5 points, and each companion quest is worth 3 points. A full chapter offers up to 37 reading points. If you earn at least 60 points over the course of the year, you become a novice of that volume. You'll reach higher ranks, Keeper and Master, as you continue to read. As you journey, you'll also collect tokens. You'll receive 3 tokens for every festival prompt and 1 token for each side story you complete. A full chapter offers up to 27 tokens. These tokens can be spent in the Market Square, a space within the realm where travelers trade, unlock special opportunities, and collect unique items to aid them on their adventure. You can find full details and forms for tracking in our Discord server under the channel How the Challenge Works. Remember, there is no single right path through the realm. You can read a handful of books or complete every prompt. The adventure is yours to shape, and every story you read adds to the life of the realm. Our first volume is called The Book of Beginnings. It sets the tone for the year, a story about curiosity, connection, and the courage to begin. Volume 1 unfolds through 4 chapters, starting in winter and moving through the seasons. Within each chapter, you'll find core quests, companion quests, 1 festival, and monthly side stories. Let's take a look inside the first chapter. Chapter 1, Once Upon a Time, opens in the quiet heart of winter. Lanterns glow in the windows, and the first travelers step into the snow, ready to begin their story. This chapter's theme is origins, first lines, and the magic of beginning. It's a season for new starts, gentle courage, and the kind of tales that remind us how every story begins with a spark. Some travelers will chase mysteries through snowbound mansions. Others will follow dual perspectives, or let fate decide their next read by rolling the dice. A few will reach for books that were gifted to them, stories already wrapped in love and memories. Others may wander into tales set against snowfall or cold wintry landscapes, where the season itself becomes a character. For those who want to journey further, the companion quests offer quieter paths, stories of friendship and found family, books painted in shades of blue like frozen skies, graphic novels that melt like snowflakes, and tales that unfold in cafes, taverns, or bookshops filled with the warmth and light. This is the first chapter of the Book of Beginnings and your first step into the realm. The adventure begins this January, and with every page you turn, you'll help shape how the story unfolds. Here are our prompts for our core quests for Chapter 1. A mystery or thriller set during winter. A book with dual POV. Roll a d6, times up by 100, and read a book with at least that many pages. A book you were gifted. A book with an immersive setting or standout world building. Here are our Chapter 1 companion quest prompts. A book featuring friendship or found family. A book that is at least 75% blue on the cover. A graphic novel or manga you can finish in one sitting. A book that includes a cafe, tavern, or bookshop. As the year unfolds, each month brings smaller stories. These are cozy moments and creative ways to connect the community between our larger reading quests. We call these side stories, and they're one of the best ways to feel the magic of the realm in everyday life. Let's explore what awaits in the first month of our journey. January in the realm. The snow is fresh, the world is quiet, and travelers begin to shape their paths. For the New Year Chronicle, you're asked to put together a list of 26 books you want to read this year. These could be anticipated releases, series continuations, books from your TBR shelf, or anything else you want to prioritize. Share it with the group or keep it as your personal reading roadmap. The Book Stack Challenge. Post a set of photos following a theme to build your own book stack. For example, 3 cozy reads, 3 mugs of warm drinks, or 3 magical objects. Be creative with how you assemble your book stack. The Gift Log. Share a photo of a gift you always wanted as a kid but never received, or a photo of your favorite gift as a kid. We'll share more details for each month's prompts as we draw closer to them. Now let's talk about festivals in the realm. Festivals are special celebrations that appear once each chapter. These are moments when the realm gathers beneath a shared theme for a single month. Each festival brings bonus reading prompts inspired by folklore, legends, and the turning of the seasons. During these times, you'll collect tokens instead of points, which can be spent in the market square or saved for future opportunities. Every so often, a traveling merchant may appear, offering rare and magical items for a short while before moving on to the next corner of the realm. At the heart of the realm lies the market square, a bustling crossroads where storytellers, wanderers, and readers gather to trade their tokens. Lanterns swing above crowded stalls, and merchants offer charms, scrolls, and curious bargains that can alter the path of your tale. From time to time, a mysterious visitor arrives, the enchanted caravan. It rolls in at dusk, painted with stars and sigils, its shelves stacked with rarities that will not be seen again until the caravan returns. Only those who have saved their tokens may barter for these wonders, for their value lies not just in treasure, but in story. Here, every token you earn from festivals and side stories can be spent to bend the rules of your adventure. Choose wisely, for the market is ever changing, and no two journeys will ever look the same. The Village Reads is our quarterly community book club. At the beginning of every chapter, the community votes on a book from a shortlist. Anyone who reads the Village Read earns an additional 5 points and 1 token. Discussions will happen in their own channels or threads, and the Village Reads are standalone and cannot be used for other prompts. For Volume 1, Chapter 1, the themes that we're looking for are comfort, mystery, togetherness, survival, and warmth. And I do have some suggested genres because we do ask for nominations from the community. So those suggested genres are cozy mystery, historical fiction, books with a lot of family drama, or fantasy with a winter kingdom / court, or a heartwarming romance. For those new or returning to our Discord server, here's what to expect when you enter. You'll first be prompted to accept our rules and answer a few questions that help create your mini reader profile. Things like preferred formats or genres. Once you're inside, start by browsing the server guide, sharing a short introduction in the channel Introduce Yourself, and visiting the channel Village Green, which is our general chat. In the How the Challenge Works channel, you'll find the details of everything we discussed tonight in one place. The Market Square is where you can see what to spend your tokens on, and all the shop items are listed. And it's also where the the enchanted caravan will make her appearances. Volume 1, The Book of Beginnings, has its own section for each chapter's prompts, side stories, and it has discussion spaces. And don't miss The Village Reads. This is again our community book club where you have a chance to nominate, vote, and read to earn bonus points and tokens. If you're already a member of our Discord server, say hello in chat and tell us which prompt or side story you plan to start with first. So right now, I want to showcase our server a little bit, just in case you have questions when you initially join. We do have it fairly built out. So over on the left side, if this is your first time using Discord, these are all of the different channels that we have created. Where you will most likely start is all the way up here underneath the story begins. And this is where I mentioned where you can introduce yourself, see any announcements that we've posted, social posts, different schedule of events, The very important one, which is about how the challenge works. This actually gives some additional details on points needed for the 3 different levels in the challenge that you can achieve. We also have the market square, which has the items and costs and what the perk is. We have some FAQs. Then this is the other important thing. If you actually join before January 1st, you'll gain access to our pre-volume token submission form. You can earn 1 token before we even begin our journey. And then you'll have your volume 1 submission form. We also have the link to our Readathon ledger, and from this, you can make any edits or see what you've already submitted. We do have it set up where it auto-calculates your points earned as well as your tokens, but it can't, unfortunately, acknowledge if you spent tokens. So we do just go by the honor system for those, so you'll have to track those on your own. From here, we do have our channel guide, which lists out every single channel we have, along with the best way to use it. This is just a recommended guideline. It's not necessarily a requirement. So from here, we have our village green, which is where we have all of our different group chat, this is our general chat, so to say. It's the one that's kind of the most common, and we chat about anything we want on here. And then we just have we have a help desk if you have any questions. Our Spurriers arena, which our Spurriers are for our sprinters. We do run sprints in Discord. Wishing well if you have any feedback or things you want us to consider in the future. If you have a submission error and you can't figure out how to fix it, definitely send a message here. So then you'll see that right now we have our volume 1, the Book of Beginnings. So we have the volume overview. We will also be populating in here all of our prompts once we officially release them. Then the festival grounds is where we'll give the festival information. Side stories will be populated here as well. And then if you want to do any tales in progress, so this could be your PBR for the chapter or for the volume or the chapter, PBRs for the festivals or activities that you have planned, you can definitely share them here. And then for our side stories, we have this adventures to share. So if you want to share any photos or anything like that, feel free to add here. And then we have community channels within the Grove. So this is where we have the Animal Companions, the very, very popular channel full of cute little animal babies, as well as recipes and food. We have the Artisans Workshop, which is great for like journal page inspo and posting. Any gardeners, we have a fairy garden area, as well as a place where you can share other reading challenges. We also allow our community to share their different posts and share your posts, as well as offering links for all of their different socials. At the very bottom, you will see the Village Reads info, which includes the link for where you can nominate a book for the quarter, and you can view or edit current nominations. So let's say you want to remove one or you got the title wrong, you can do that. This is where we'll chat about our current Village Reads, and then this is where we'll just kind of keep a backlog of the 4 books that were nominated throughout the year. When you join our server, if you have any questions at all, do not hesitate to ask. I will give one more tip that will help, and we've called it out on our Instagram as well. But when you join, if you're having issues seeing all of these channels, or if you have notifications but you can't figure out where they're coming from, go up into your actual server settings and make sure you have show all channels ticked on, and that should solve that issue. Before we wrap up, let's go over a few common questions. How do I claim my tokens and points? The easiest way is to join our Discord, especially to get your free token before we even start. You do have to claim that before January. There is a link to the form, and in the same post, there's another form that's used all year to record your completed books and activities. This automatically adds your points and tokens, though token spending in the market square is self-tracked using the honor system. For side stories or activity-based prompts, do I need to share what I'm doing? Sharing is completely optional. You can post if you'd like to connect with others, but you can also just mark it completed on your own. What if I'm not sure if a book counts for a prompt? I'm very relaxed about the rules. If you feel like it fits, it counts. But if you'd like a firm answer, you can always ask in the Discord. What is The Village Reads? So as I mentioned, this is our quarterly community read where everyone reads the same book. You'll earn 5 points, and I think I got this wrong earlier. You'll actually earn 3 tokens for participating in that. What if I'm not on Discord or prefer not to join? That's completely fine. I'm going to be sharing a downloadable document soon with all the information and links you'll need to track your books and submit your forms. This is going to be linked on our Instagram, so you can participate fully outside the server. You may miss a few things, but you'll still be a part of the overall adventure. Will this reading challenge be mindful of holidays and hemispheres? We will do our best to be mindful. The realm of our readathon experiences all 4 seasons, beginning in winter and ending in autumn. Seasonal elements may shape the atmosphere or the story part of a chapter, but we aim to keep prompts flexible and not dependent on the season in your hemisphere. This is something we will always be thoughtful about, but it's not necessarily a guarantee. We follow the same approach with holidays. Prompts may draw inspiration from seasonal feelings, but we avoid tying them directly to specific holidays in order to remain inclusive of different religions and beliefs. Again, this is our intention, though not something we can always guarantee. If a prompt ever feels mismatched with your hemisphere or personal beliefs, you are more than welcome and 100% encouraged to choose any book that fits the spirit of the prompt in a way that works for you. When will you release the prompts? For each side story, festival, or quarter, we aim to release the prompts no later than the 15th of the month before it begins. If we are able to share them earlier, we will. For new volume releases, which is every year, we aim to share the prompts at a minimum by December 10th, if not sooner. What if I have more questions not answered here? Feel free to leave a comment below or visit our help desk channel on Discord. So here we are on the edge of a brand new story. Once Upon a Year begins this January, and the community will grow with every reader who joins. Wherever you start, remember that there are no wrong paths here, only stories waiting to be found. Thank you for being here at the very beginning. The ink is fresh, the map is blank, and the story is waiting for you. See you in the realm, traveler.